Hello, in this video I'm going to show you camera tips and tricks for stunning photos on your Redmi 15C 4G. Let's start out by going into camera. In here, in the standard photo mode, you can of course change your zoom level, change your flash settings to either automatic, always flashing, or always turned on, which will of course turn your flashlight on, which will allow you to possibly just see what the photo will look like with the flashlight turned on already. When taking a photo in the standard photo mode, you might also want to tap on this arrow and to look at the settings. For example, you could try turning off or on HDR. HDR being turned on, of course, increases the dynamic rate, which allows for higher contrast, and you can change the aspect ratio. And now higher contrast, if you have trouble imagining what it will look like, I can show you an example of taking a light off a bright light source. For example, this camera, this is a photo taken without an HDR turned on. As you can see, it shows just one big blob of light. Now this is with HDR turned on. As you can see, it shows the proper contrast between the two lighted areas and an unlighted area. Now you can also, if you want a higher quality photo, you could also tap on the arrow again and look into settings. In here you might want to look at picture quality and set it to high if you want higher quality photos, or low if you just need something to be quick and done and in a small file. If you have trouble keeping your phone steady when tapping on the shutter button, you can also tap on shutter type and, for example, use the palm shutter option to be able to just show your palm to the front camera when taking a selfie in order to begin a timer, or the audio option to, for example, just say cheese in order to take a photo instead of tapping on the shutter button. If you're dissatisfied with front camera photos, you may also turn off the mirror front camera option or turn it on if that's what you want. Outside of these settings, you can also turn on or off watermarks if you want them. In general settings, you can also look at grid lines. For example, if you want to keep your phones nice and aligned, you may want to turn them on, which will of course allow you to potentially just, make sure everything on your photo is straight and it's not crooked or anything like that. You could also, back from the settings, change photo mode to Ultra HD, which will use the phone's higher megapixel camera with its higher resolution. Unfortunately, this camera does not support changing the aspect ratio or turning on HDR. Another option you may want to do is using the night mode, which will take a long exposure photo, which will of course allow you to have a better view during night or low light circumstances. It will also act in a similar way as HDR. As you may see in this example, it also allows to see high contrast between light and dark, which in some cases may be even better than the normal photo mode's HDR. And outside of this, in normal photo mode, you may also enter filters. The beautify to just apply a filter. You can mess around with those options and see what it is that you like. You can change different filters, the old film filters, to make it look like it did in the old photos, cinematic, gold vibes, freehand. Just look around and see what fits your photo the best. Of course, if you want to turn off filters, you'd have to turn down beautify to 0 or tap on this button to set it to 0, and in filters scroll to the very left to original, or again tap on original, that will show up. Of course, to change photo mode to front camera, you can tap on this button, or you can also tap and hold this to start recording, which will record a shorter video, which, as you can see, just records a video. Now, if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing, leave a like and a comment down below.